if I think of two incredible motoring personalities, Jeremy Clarkson and Matt Watson. Jeremy Clarkson, Top Gear, we all know. Matt Watson, the incredible YouTube channel. Alan, I'm neither of those. I'm just the host of All Things Motoring. But talking about YouTube, Alan, you've got an incredible YouTube channel. You put out incredible content for CHANGECARS, All Things Motoring, and even more importantly, your own incredible brand, MotorMatters, where I'm incredibly privileged. Every week I get a call from Alan saying, Mike, I've got the latest. Now, one of the things that All Things Motoring never set out to do was be another road test channel. Plenty of them, and I have absolute respect for people who do that. We want to be slightly different. Talking about different, what have we got here?
Well, Mike, you know I love the different. Can I start by telling you that? That's one of my things, right? So we've got a beast. I've got to use this name. It started life as a Land Cruiser V8 double cab.
When it was a baby.
Yeah, then it grew up. They've taken this thing, I call it a thing.
Yeah.
Still got the V8 diesel engine, the 4.5 litre V8 diesel engine.
But it's breathing a bit better.
They've slapped on, wait till you see the size of the turbo, okay? To give you a context on that, 150 kilowatt standard.
Which already is a lovely figure. That's giving you decent performance with 150 kilowatts.
Yeah, it's something, right?
Yeah.
Now we're putting out something like 270.
Literally a 50% power increase.
Yeah, and then if I tell you it's got in the range of 900 Newton meters of torque.
Now, 900 Newton meters of torque, to put that into context, if ever the world stopped spinning, you'd get somebody in North America and you get somebody in South Africa, and they'll both pull in opposite directions and it'll start spinning again with one of these.
The other big thing, and before they even started doing the engine stuff, was US Cruisers, part of US Trucks,
Yes.
started putting auto gearboxes in, because the V8 Cruiser, believe it or not, manual only.
Now, I'm on record as saying, and I'll say it again and again, if I could make one contribution to the motoring world, it would be the complete elimination of the manual gearbox. You want the very best analogy? Would you like to carry your own luggage, or would you like a porter to do it for you? There's your auto and your manual.
Right.
How's the thing to drive?
It's easier than you think, in that the auto box makes it nice and easy, but it's ponderous. I think that's the right word. I don't think I'd want to drive it every day in traffic.
Of course. But this is a vehicle that must tip the scales roughly 2.3, 2.4.
I would think even more. I haven't got a number, but probably even more than that. But also, you'll see in a few moments, they don't just do that. They've made quite a few changes and upgrades on the interior as well. And don't forget the suspension.
So now, in so many ways, the world moves forward. Technology, we often talk about radios. In the old days, you had a dial, and now you've got these touch screens, and before you can put the radio louder or softer, you've got to go through a whole menu. But one thing that hasn't moved forward, and it immediately caught my eye, what is that?
So this is the old technology. Tried and trusted. I don't say any, it's not always bad, old technology. You've got to just remember that. But like the modern cars, modern off-roaders, you press a button, you turn a knob, whatever it is, on the dash. You've got to get out the car and turn those yourself and twist them. I'm not sure how far, I didn't do it, but you twist them and that locks the front hubs.
Now the big smirk on my face is, I don't want to pretend I didn't know that. I did know that. I just didn't expect to see it in the year 2024. In the 80s, in the 90s, your Toyota Hiluxes, your Datsun Safaris, Nissan Safaris, all those vehicles had what they called manually locking hubs. But as I said, when it gets so rough out there, it's a lot easier to push a button than have to get out, get your feet dirty, get into the mud. But what do they say? What do real men do?
Yeah.
They get their feet dirty.
That's it.
Or is it their hands dirty?
In this case, probably both.
Now, a big shout out to US Trucks. Week in, week out, they are good to you, Alan. What is it about them that stands out for you?
It started when I just went at Nampo the other day and saw their trucks. And I looked at, it was the Ram that you featured the other day, right? And I looked at this thing and I said, I've never driven one of these. I want to. Yeah. I want to be big. I want the power. It's not just the sheer size of the vehicle, it's the power, it's the everything. The bigger and better in America attitude. And I just couldn't resist. So I chatted to them, they were so obliging. And then they said, what about this one as well?
Now, to the team at US Trucks, clearly you've got a fan in Alan. I can see why. You've got a fan in All Things Motoring. And no doubt, you've got a fan in the fans of All Things Motoring. We all have things on our bucket list. You want to see one of mine? Now for Mauritius.